Well, the Idaho Steelheads back on home ice this week. A three-game series against the Tulsa Oilers begins tonight at 7:10 p.m. Cam McGuire here standing alongside Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Well, Sheener, back on home ice. Certainly good to get back into the home cooking groove.
Yeah, it's always nice to come home. We're comfortable here in our building. We got great fan support, so it's really good to be back.
Want to look at the last three games down in Tulsa. We'll start first with Friday night's 4-3 win over the Oilers, a game where there was no score after the first period. You get two in the second and then two in the third, and you're kind of in the driver's seat at that point, but gave up a trio of goals in about a 2.5-minute stretch. Came away with the 2 points. What'd you take away from that sequence of allowing those goals, and eventually what'd you learn from that?
Yeah, we got to be able to close those out. We talked about it last week. Those can't become goalie-pulled situations. But, we were playing well. They did get a couple funny bounces. One was off the end wall. One was off our D-man skate. But, kind of gave them a little bit of life carrying into the weekend. And, we know as a group that we got to play a full 60 every night. Saturday
night, the Steelheads fell 4-3 in a shootout. And it was kind of a little bit of a ping-pong match back and forth throughout that game. You guys would score one, they would tie it up. And, looking at it from a whole 60-minute perspective and then longer into the shootout and overtime as well, some valuable lessons learned in that game too.
Yeah, Tulsa's never going to quit. We get a lead, they'd answer back. We get a lead, they'd answer back. And again, a couple funky bounces there. But, I thought we competed hard, played well, had a couple big 4-on-3 kills in the overtime. Kind of really didn't have a chance to win it since we spent basically the whole overtime killing penalties. But, we definitely didn't lose it in overtime. And then, shootouts are always a coin flip. Those are always tough to decide. But, overall, I thought we played a pretty good game.
Closing out the 3-3 this past weekend in Tulsa, the Steelheads fell 6-3 on Sunday afternoon. And looking at it, you look at the 6 goals. Obviously, the last one was an empty netter, but a lot of them came in that blue paint area, and tightening things up around your net is going to be a key here heading into this week's series.
Oh, big time. Watching the game, I kind of thought carried the pace of play, generated some good looks, but like you said, we lost the dirty areas of the ice, especially off of, initial rushes and the initial shot there. And, we addressed as a team yesterday, worked on it a little bit, so I'd like to see an improvement there tonight.
There's certainly no need to panic, right? You've given up the fewest goals in the ECHL at 94, but looking at the last 2 weeks, the 2 series, kind of a tale of 2 different tapes, right? You only give up 3 goals against Wichita 2 weeks ago, and you give up 13 this past week. What are some areas in terms of defensive structure that you want to get back to here tonight and then ultimately Friday and Saturday as well?
Well, kind of like we just talked about, taking care of the net front off the rush, 5-on-5 in our D-zone coverage. I thought we did a pretty good well protecting the front of our net, but it was off those initial chances off the rush that we got to make sure we're dialed. Tulsa's always a tough building to play in too, so I expect to see a response from our guys here this week.
Looking at it on paper, yeah, Tulsa might be the last place team in the Mountain Division, but they're certainly, I thought at least, way better than their record shows. And something we've talked about over the last couple of weeks is kind of everyone's on your heels, and you're going to get the best game from each and every team night in and night out.
Oh, absolutely. If you actually just look at the standings, well, they're only 5 points out of a playoff spot, so they're definitely not out of it by any means. They're a well-coached team. They work hard. They do have some skills, so like you said, we're going to get every team's best each night, so we got to make sure we bring our best.
Sunday afternoon, and the Steelheads lost. Remy Poirier would see his win streak snapped. 12 games, however, pretty impressive. Tied for 4th all-time in ECHL history. We're going to see Remy or Adam Scheel here tonight?
Now we're going to go back with Rem tonight. Can't really put that one on him. Like I said, he made the initial saves, and we got to do the best to clean up the rebounds. So, he's been playing well, playing confident, and just show him a little love going back with him.
Obviously, on Tuesday, you had practice at morning skate earlier this morning. What's kind of the message heading into this series? Obviously, looking to get back in the win column.
Well, kind of like the last home series against Wichita, we got to get back to the backbone of our team, and that's being a very tough team defensively. Looking after the pucks in the D zone, make sure we're getting out efficiently, and really going to work in the O zone and suffocating them there.
Taking it one game at a time. What's our key to victory here tonight?
Well, like I just said, get back to our game, get back to playing defensively tough, and really look after the dirty areas tonight.
There you have it. That's Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Sheener, as always, thanks for the time. Best of luck and have some fun tonight.
Thanks a lot, Cam.